Okay, in this video, we're going to go over how to enter in the caller or seller leads and how to enter in appointments that get scheduled from callers that are determined to be motivated. Okay, again, we're back here at Podio and we're going to log in. Okay, and then we're back here in the main interface for Podio. We're going to click on the drop down here at the left, and then we're going to choose Project Management. Okay, and again we see our apps here, our app suites here. And what we're going to do, we're going to start with seller leads first. So here we see seller leads, so you're going to click on that. Okay, and then we're going to click on add seller lead. Okay, and then this will be the information we want to enter in for the seller lead. So this will be the callers that are interested, have an interest in selling, and as you go through your script, they're agreeing to give you information. So you'll see here some of the information we want to put in. But before we do that, let's go back to the script. So I'm going to go back to the script here, and you will obviously you will have a copy of the script. This is the primary call script, or the outbound script. And you see here when we look at the script here, let's get to the point. So when you get to 2B, if they are interested, then you're going to go through this. Okay, great. Just to let you know, we buy properties and as is conditions, so you go through this. And then if caller says how much you want for my property, then this is when you'll say we will first need to get some more information regarding your property before we can give a fair offer. I just need to ask a few questions about the property. And then this is when you're going to go through the questions that you'll see in the seller leads app. So first you'll ask for number 3, can you first tell me why you would consider selling the property? And again, like we spoke about in the other video, you want to listen for motivation here. So you just want to be quiet and listen to the seller talk. Then that's when you're going to get into some of the property details: square footage, is the property occupied or vacant, square footage, how many beds, baths, garage. And that's when we want to refer to the seller lead section here. We want to get in as much information as possible in this section. So you have seller name, property address, the date created, you're going to enter that in there. Date responded, that's likely going to be the same as date created. Spoke to, yes. Who's working the lead, put your name there. Seller phone number, seller email, property type, they're pretty much all are going to be single family, so you click that. You may not necessarily have the years owned, so this is not necessarily needed, but square footage, bedroom, bath, garage, we definitely want to get this information. It's very important. Pool, this is not so much important, but if you do get that information, then you go ahead and you can click either yes or no. Occupancy, that's definitely in the script, so we want to make sure that we enter that information. Repairs, that's also in the script, so we want to enter in this information to the best as you can. Sometimes the caller may not know how much repairs are needed, and in that case we can leave that one alone. While you're selling, remember that was a question that we asked in the script. Property listed for sale, most likely most of these properties will not be listed. So they will either be it'll be no, or it may be a for sale by owner, but most times it'll be no. Asking price, if the seller gives you asking price, you want to enter in this information. Do you have a mortgage on the property? We would like to get that information, but if not, this is not absolutely necessary. But if we do have that, that would be good. And honestly, that's really what we need entered in here. So what we will do, we actually have a sheet. It may be a lot easier to write down the information as you're talking to the seller, and then go back to Podio and enter in, type in that information from what you wrote down. And we actually do have some information that mirrors Podio that you can just write down quickly while you're talking, and then you can go back to Podio and enter. I will make sure that we email that to you. It's basically the exact information here is in Podio. And actually, what I'll do is I'll just I'll put a line through the information that we don't necessarily need for you to put in here, and we'll just leave open what you need to put in the seller lead section. So we'll do that. We'll make sure we email that to you. Okay, and once you get that information, you'll just click Save Seller Lead, and then you'll click out of there. All right, so that's seller leads. Okay, and if we're able to get appointments, then we're going to go to this appointment section. And we actually covered this briefly in another video, but we're going to click appointments. Okay, and again, we'll let you know before any week what days we're going to have available for that week for appointments, so you can know how to schedule the caller or the seller. So you're going to click Add Appointment. Okay, you're going to put the date. Okay, put the date there. We'll remove this section. This should not be here, so we'll take that out, but it'll just be a date here. Then you put the property address, seller name, asking price for the home here, who set the appointment. That's going to be you. And then again, that's all we're going to need, because the rest of this information, we can take care of this information here. And again, like we said in another video, we can do any follow-ups if needed, depending on how the appointment goes. So we would take care of this. And then after you just enter that in, you just click Save Appointment, and then I will take care of that. So that's basically how you do the seller leads and the appointments in Podio. And again, what we'll do is, I think the best way to handle this would be to email you the actual, it'll be like a Word document, and then we'll just have on there the most important information that we need to get into the seller leads form, because we don't need all of that information that's in the seller leads app, but we will send that Word document to you. All right, that's it. We'll see you in the next video.